And now it's my turn. I have a challenge. And the challenge is that I was thinking whether I should go up there and talk or sit here. And being short, I thought that if I go there, you won't be able to see me. So I think I'll sit here and talk to you from here. Will that be okay with everybody? Fine. I just wanted to reiterate the broad ideas of what I'm going to share. And I also get 7 minutes. And would you take that? Okay, I have 6 minutes, fine, with half a minute extra. Okay, I am not an e-governance researcher. I come from a very exciting university, business university, which I think is a new concept for most Indians, where we do a cross-functional, cross-dimension research from philosophy to finance marketing, and my specific area is IT innovation in emerging economies. So my opinion, or what I'm going to share with you, is an observation. It's not a critique. It's just an observation from outside the e-governance field. And what occurs to me is two things. One is that my understanding of e-governance from an innovation point of view has been that when I talk to innovation people, when I hear innovation stories, I see that there is a constant reiteration of the notion of supply constraint, where the emerging economy has market failures, has problems in its economic structure, has problems in its diverse organization of the market, its governance is not right. There are many problems with the way things are. And technology is one possible solution. But there is a little catch here, and the catch is that the economy is improving, the economy is progressing. That means one direct consequence of that is the people are getting more empowered. The people are learning more about their own abilities, their own ideas, their own knowledge, what they can do, where they can push, how they can learn. But our folks who are designing, this is my observation, are stuck in the supply constraint thinking. They're looking at efficiencies, lacks, problems. We're looking at government failures, market failures. We're looking at all the other very exciting problems. And we end up, that's my observation, is from an innovation point of view, is that wouldn't it be a better way to see, okay, people are getting empowered, they're getting richer. Is it really a supply constraint problem that I'm trying to deal, or is it something else? How am I going to improve the overall condition of somebody through allowing the person to decide for themselves what their needs are, and me providing a framework for a technology solution that actually is able to leverage their needs. And I've heard lots of lots of horror stories in e-governance. And my sense is that these horror stories might stop when actually we move out of the supply constraint thinking into a more demand-focused idea. The question is, how do we do it? Okay? I have one possible solution. It's not everybody has all kinds of solutions, and maybe we can talk about it. My possible solution is that why don't we learn to try and co-create solutions? We try to co-create the possibility of how the market for NGO government interaction can work. How can we co-create a solution where the gentleman talking about design can actually infuse a new way of looking at vegetable transport and delivery, perhaps? Can we co-create a solution in the hospital system where we look at, for example, using the RFID, for example, women wear bindis, men wear all kinds of appendages in their bodies. In India, it's normal to do that. Can we use some kind of imaginative way to address this, turn the whole supply constraint thinking on its head and say, okay, well, it's not really supply constraint, it's actually needs. It's the proliferation, it's the it's the emergence of diversity of needs that people have to address now. Earlier on, it was poverty, it was weaknesses. Now it's poverty, weaknesses in the economy, and many other things. Why? Because you're getting richer. We're getting more demanding. We're getting more knowledgeable about our needs. We are not just lying down and saying, okay, you big guy, you're coming here and telling us, I know a few things more, like my co-speaker suggested. So the dynamics are now changing towards a more co-created understanding of how you provide solutions. So what are the challenges that we have in the future? I think I will leave you with some questions rather than solutions. The first question I would ask all of us in this is, how are we going to address the need definition that will be aligned to the technology solution? And I was talking to the lady next to me, and she says, well, contexts are different. Then I asked her, do you mean that market failures are different? You mean in some regions of the country, you would have greater market failures than in other parts of the country? And then I realized that, hey, even I'm being carried away into the supply thinking problem. And the next question emerging out of that is that how, as a region, as thinkers, as designers of system, how are we going to do this rapid prototyping, this ability to engage the people very fast and make a very quick turnaround, like the gentleman, the last speaker is referring to. He did this prototyping. How can we actually engage this idea of prototyping that actually is able to teach us more than we can teach the context? The third challenge that I think that we have on our hands is that how do we marry in ideas of innovation, the new thoughts on innovation, into the whole rethinking of our governance, not government, of how we govern ourselves. The notion of governance with the help of technology is a phenomenally powerful idea. But throw in a little bit of innovation notions and it becomes unbeatable. And I think with these three questions, I will end. And I hope that I can get sufficient reactions on all of our ideas. Thank you very much.